Hello and welcome back to Aubrey Books and Coffee. Please grab your favorite beverage of choice and join me. We're finally going to go through the September Once Upon a Book Club pick, which was 40 Words for Love by Aisha Saeed. So without further ado, let's crack open this bad boy. So I have started reading the Once Upon a Book Club book. I'm only like 14 pages into it. It's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be your basic, kind of rom-com. But there's like a magic element to it, and it's strange. The people in this town, that have always been in the town, suddenly there's a tree, and people are coming out of the tree, and the town's kind of adjusting to having them there. And meanwhile, the people that are coming out of the tree have these glowy leaves on their arms and stuff. So it's a little more magical than I was expecting it to be. But anyway, so page 14, other than finding it kind of odd that it's like that, I don't have any hard opinion yet. The page it's on talks about her pulling out the seashell from her pocket. She and her mom helped make some necklaces out of the seashells that have like magical properties, and they essentially make these necklaces to help out the townspeople. So I'm thinking that's probably what that is going to be. So opening it here, and sure enough, it looks like it is. It's a little stuck in the plastic, so it's not hanging down quite as cute, but that is in fact what it is, like a little seashell necklace. So more to follow. All right, so I've gotten a little farther, just to page 31. We're seeing a little bit more of Raph's view now. He's one of the guys that came out of the tree, his family did, and we're seeing a little bit of, it feels like a family generational dynamic of giving up and sacrificing your own dreams to help run the store and take care of your parents. And so I think it's going to be kind of that story too. But anyway, where it's at specifically is she tossed him a rag and said, wipe down the table while you're there. So I'm betting it's going to have like kind of a rag maybe as a gift. Hopefully it's a really cute rag. So as I attempt to do this one-handed as always, it's okay. It's cute. It's not my all-time favorite story. Still feels a little weird. Haven't quite fleshed out the magic or whatever you want to call it of the tree, and I'm still kind of confused about why they came out of the tree to begin with. I think these are supposed to be rags. It has a kind of foamy material. No instructions, so I'm actually a little confused. But anyway, oh, here we go. Okay, they must have fallen out of their little thing here. Swedish dishcloths. Interesting. And I've gotten even farther. I am now to page 113. Basically, there's a family that has come to their town, and they're very wealthy, and the town people are kind of tripping over themselves to make them feel at home because they need money. They need help to keep the town afloat. The ocean's not producing the magical items it used to, and so people are kind of turning against each other and on each other, and it's just looking pretty dire for the town. And their son Warren, I don't know if I trust him. I don't know if I like him. But he's kind of a pain in the butt to the main character that we're following, and she is trying to like paint a mural and stuff before she goes away to college, and he just kind of sneaks up on her a lot, like she doesn't know he's there until he starts talking. And that's where it's marked on here, is it says he stood behind her watching her. She tightened her grip on her tote bag. This was the second time he'd snug up on her. So I'm wondering if we're gonna have a tote bag, but it's awful tiny to be a tote bag. The story's okay. It is kind of like I thought, where it's the kids, want to leave the town but also want to help the parents. It still feels very, our town was better off before you arrived to the people, but they also want to go home. But there's like a guy they call Uncle that's kind of in charge of all of them. He's the oldest of them, and he's been giving them these rules to live by, to kind of warn them away from danger and stuff. And I don't know if I totally trust him either. I'm just untrusting in this. Oh my gosh. It says it's a mesh tote bag. Looks like a ball of yarn to me. Anyway, so we'll see how it's going. So far, it's feeling kind of 3-star for me. Oh my goodness. So much has happened. So much. Yeah, I'll give you my final thoughts at the video when I close. But anyway, I'm to page 194. And again, talking about that mural and stuff, and she's got her paints. And it says, something wet landed on the kitchen table, a tear. She wiped it away and retrieved her case of paints. So I'm wondering if the gift is going to be some paints. So, wow. Not a like huge reveal. I'm still not going to say too much because I don't want to ruin it, but I saw something kind of coming, but I was hoping it wasn't, and it did. I don't know. I still don't get the magic system. I'm only like, I don't know, 20 or 30 pages from the very end, and I still don't fully understand this tree and their magic system. Fully don't understand still why they had to leave their world. I am quite a bit confused still. I'm not going to lie. So that will, of course, affect the rating. But regardless, it looks like we got some acrylic paints. How cute is that? Looks like a good size amount too. Love that. So final review to follow. So there you go. It was so cute, and it was a really fun story. So for our gifts, which we're going to talk about first, we got that beautiful shell necklace. It is so sweet. It is also up for grabs. I don't do a lot of jewelry. Then we got those dishcloths, which confused me, but thankfully one of you out there mentioned that you do know how to use those, so they're also up for grabs. Then we got that mesh tote bag, which again, it blows my mind that this little bitty thing is going to stretch into a giant tote bag, but I believe it will, but it's also up for grabs. And then we were left with the acrylic paint set, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm hoping to use as a stocking stuffer for Christmas, so that one's not available. Altogether, these gifts were again spot on for the story of what was happening, and they're really good gifts. Even if I can't use them or I want to give them to you guys, they're still really good gifts. So I give it a 4-star for the gifts. As for the book itself, it was very sweet. It had a sweet ending. It wasn't that, long of a read, easy, well written. So I enjoyed my time with it, but it was a little predictable. And at times the magic system that they're talking about with the leaves on their wrists and this tree that they come from and going to their home world and what's going on in their home world wasn't actually fleshed out, at least not as much as I would have liked. So I still left kind of confused about all of this. So because of that, I gave it a 3-star, but I do recommend it. And it was a sweet story. So of course, I also need to open up our fun little book club packet. And if you choose in the drawings to have this book sent to you, as always, you also get the cute bookmark. And you get the signature plate. And you get a fun art print with a letter from the author as well. So you get all of those goodies. Also in here, I apologize. Cats, neighbors, It's all noise. So anyway, also in here was a fun little note that says, "A dark night, a clandestine mission, an unshakable premonition." And there's a little peek at that book. And then for our actual packet itself, when we open it, we of course have the conversation with the author and some discussion questions for book club. And on the back, Raph and Yaz's pretzel brownies that they talk about a couple times in the story. Super yummy, you guys. Super yummy. I'm going to have to give that a try myself. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, send your friends. Let's do another drawing because you know I love giving stuff away. And I'll see you guys soon.